So really the fundamental root cause behind all addiction is pain. You know, humans are pain avoiding, pleasure seeking creatures. And so addictions, they come up in many different forms. It can be, you know, smoking weed, it can be alcohol, it can be overeating, you know, obsessive eating to try to get those feel-good emotions from food. It can be porn, masturbation, gambling, many different things. And really, you know, the root cause behind addictions is that we're trying to find ways to mask the pain, to escape, even if it's just for a little bit. Just to, you know, let the, you know, no worries, man. Let's just, you know, hide away the worries and the stresses of life. And so I've always kind of had this addictive personality, and that's why I've battled with, you know, many different forms of addictions throughout my life, even though, you know, many of them were destructive. You know, when we, you know, I would find myself seeking ways to, you know, to escape temporarily, you know, whether it was in private. I usually was like a closet addictive type of person, you know, with my bad habits. But I would find myself always seeking ways to be able to escape temporarily. And I never really realized it until later on in life and studying and researching about the brain and human behavior. But that, you know, how much I was trying to hide away from the pain. You know, and this pain can be from, you know, maybe something traumatic that you went through in your younger life, or it might be something right now that you're dealing with, you know, maybe going through a divorce. Maybe financial issues, stress with a job, you know, business failures. It could be, you know, stress from kids, you know, all different kinds of things, you know, life. And so we find ourselves all of a sudden after work, you know, I need a glass of wine to relax. I need to, you know, smoke some weed to relax and just, you know, no worries, man. And so we end up creating these various different addictions in our life, and it can even be something just like social media. I think that's why so many people are on social media all the time. They can't be alone in their own thoughts in their head because they need the way to escape. That's why a lot of people can't even meditate, because just being alone with your own thoughts can freak you out. So you need instead, you know, a way to be able to escape. You know, you can't go to the bathroom just chilling there, you know, in your own thoughts. You got to be looking at social media. You know, people always got to be finding a way to escape. And so, the Wim Hof method, as I learned about this and started practicing it, was one of the single most powerful things, if not the most powerful, for helping me to break my addiction from marijuana. I discovered the Wim Hof and his method about 2 years ago. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Wim Hof, definitely recommend after this video to do some research about this guy. He has defied science. He's the guy who climbed Mt Everest in nothing but his shorts. He's ran through the hottest, you know, one of the hottest deserts in the world, like a marathon, without drinking any water at all, no training or anything like that. He swam underneath glaciers and icebergs and freezing cold water that scientists said is supposed to like kill you and give you hypothermia instantly. And he's even had scientists, you know, connected to devices and things like that has shown he could submerge himself in freezing cold ice water. And he's able to, using his own mind and breathing exercise, to be able to raise the temperature of his skin. I mean, literally just like defying reality and science. He's been injected with poisonous toxins and been able to neutralize the poisons. But the unique thing about him, is that he has proven now, and this is what he, you know, wanted to show to the world, that, hey, you know, I'm not just some alien, I'm, you know, not some freak. He has proven that he's not just some freak. He's replicated his results to many other people, his students who've taken his course and who have trained with him, and he has taught people to replicate and do the exact same, you know, superhuman type of feats that he has. And what he says is that it's not that he's some special, you know, some special person. It's all comes down to training, and it comes down to breathing exercises. And as you utilize these breathing exercises, what happens is you become the master of your own alchemy. You become the alchemist of your own body. And a lot of what causes depression, PTSD, addiction is chemical imbalances in the brain. Our emotions are off, and that's why we find ourselves seeking ways to, gosh, I just got to escape the pain. You know, just got to, you know, have a drink, relax. That is due to chemicals. And so when you become the controller of your own alchemy, all of a sudden the game changes. So this is what happened for me. I bought the course. As soon as I discovered about this guy, I was like, whoa, I have to learn, you know, what this guy does. So when I saw he had a course, I bought it, and I became really diligent in practicing it every single day. It was funny at the time. I was actually sober. You know, I wasn't smoking at all, and I went like 60 days or so practicing every single day, and then all of a sudden I got out of the habit of it. You know, I got out of the habit, and then I hung out with some old friends I hadn't seen in a long time, who were always like, you know, my smoking buddies, and sure enough, I ended up relapsing. I smoked with them, and I was right back smoking every single day, which wasn't part of the plan. I remember at that stage in my life, I'd wanted to stay, you know, off weed for good, but I know I gave into that social peer pressure, and I've just always been that type of person that it was like, you know, as soon as I would smoke once, no matter how long of a break that I took, it was like, oh man, I've been missing out. Well, yeah, Mary Jane, it's good to have you back. It was like and then I would start to talk myself, why did I quit in the first place? You know, what the heck, what's so bad about this? And so then I became a pothead and started smoking again every single day, and I wasn't doing the Wim Hof exercises. And fast forward, a year went by, and I was, you know, full on pothead, smoking every single day, and then I decided, you know, I wanted to start practicing the Wim Hof method. And this was kind of what began into the journey of me quitting weed and getting off weed. And I didn't even realize that how effective and how the Wim Hof method helped me to get off marijuana until just recently, and putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. But I started practicing the Wim Hof method more frequently, and all of a sudden, I found that those cravings to you know, to get high, to smoke weed, just started going away. You know, it was like, normally I was the type of person, I was never like a wake and baker. I mean, sure, I did that plenty of times throughout my life, but I didn't like to wake and bake. I was the type of person that I liked to at least wait until the PM hours, you know, at least afternoon. You know, I'd try to go the whole morning clean and you know, get some work done, exercise, and wait until at least until the clock had gone to the PM section. And but then all of a sudden, as I started practicing the Wim Hof, I found myself, you know, those cravings to smoke that kind of, you know, were going down, and I found myself, you know, I don't need to smoke right now. You know, I'll wait till the night, and then also I would wait till the night, and then I would smoke, and slowly but surely, as time went on. And in the beginning, I wasn't practicing every day. It was, you know, maybe like once every week or two. But every time that I would practice it, I would notice that that my cravings for smoking pot went away. So as I got more serious, especially over the past over the past 6 months about quitting weed, I started making it a habit to start practicing the Wim Hof method every single day. And when I did that, I remember it was just like, without even really thinking about it, I was just like, you know what, I don't need to smoke tonight. I'm not going to force myself to get high if I don't feel like it. And so it went a day, and then all of a sudden a day turned into 2 days, and then, you know, a week, and then before you know it, you know, I was completely off marijuana. I stopped smoking, and I remember I would always get those, even when I'd quit before. I mean, I quit smoking weed a million times in the past, but even when I'd quit before, I would always get those cravings that would come up, you know, especially on like a Friday or Saturday night. You'd be like, oh gosh, you know, come on, man, why can't I smoke? You know, it's Friday, Saturday night, this is dumb. Everybody else is out there having fun. You know, I just want to, you know, get high, chill, and watch Netflix. You know, and then I would find sometimes, as the longer the time went on, you know, the more that those cravings would come at me. But this time around, now that I've been practicing Wim Hof method every single day, diligently, and going deeper and deeper with it, that I don't get those cravings at all anymore. That, I mean, because you get such an amazing high from the Wim Hof method. For those of you that have done it, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, you just, I mean, it's like your whole body gets numb and tingly and warm and fuzzy. And it's just, and that's why also the Wim Hof breathing method has also been referred to as DMT meditation. And he even says, you know, he's not like the inventor of these breathing exercises. It's been around for a very long time. He's just kind of helped bring it more to the market and gain more popularity. But it's also been referred to as DMT meditation, because when you're going into it deep, I mean, you can literally hallucinate. And I've had that before, where I've been, you know, really getting hard with the breathing exercises, and I'm closing my eyes at the end, meditating, and I'm color, and I'm hallucinating, and so you get a natural high from it. What's happening is your blood is all alkalizing like crazy. The alchemy, you're getting more in control of the alchemy of your body, and that's why you can go into cold water, cold showers, and can control the temperature of your body. And I mean, there's tons of videos on YouTube of people proving this. You know, submerged. I live in Florida, so it's kind of hard for me to prove going into some ice water. I'll have to do an ice bath though and show you guys. But yeah, there's tons of people out there who prove, you know, about this. And so now, that's been, and like I said, I didn't even really realize this until recently, and connecting all that, I thought, you know what? As I started practicing the Wim Hof method every single day diligently, is when my cravings for pot went away completely, because they were always kind of there. The breathing exercise have been proven. Now there's a lot of science and studies out there that have proven that daily breathing exercises are more effective in controlled studies than people taking antidepressants. You know, for people with depression and PTSD, they've now proven that breathing exercises are more effective for helping you to heal from sickness and injuries than you know, prescription medication. And so there's something there. I mean, I believe we have all the answers we need within us, and nature provides all the answers we need. You know, most people never take time out of their day to intentionally do breathing exercises, and most people breathe very shallow to begin with. And so there's an old Asian saying I remember heard one time: "It was short breath, short life; long breath, long life." And so what this breathing exercise will teach you is how to breathe deeper, how to become more the control of your own alchemy, and some amazing things are going to happen. I highly recommend, you know, if you're serious about quitting smoking weed, getting sober. I mean, I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I live a sober life, and I don't have those cravings anymore. I used to be this addictive personality that always needed all these things. But daily breathing exercises has taken that away. And yeah, I'm human. I do get stressed out sometimes. Some things happen. And what I will do is I will intentionally do these breathing exercises real quick, and it'll calm me right down. I'll get this natural high, and boom, I'm back in control again. Or a lot of times, you know, you get stressed out, 10 things happen at once, and you know, you go to the fridge and you're eating junk food, or you know, oh gosh, I just can't wait to get home from work, have a glass of wine, or you know, and you smoke some weed, forget about no worries, man, just forget about all the blues and things like that. But there's so much beauty in learning how to live sober and being in control of your own emotional state. You know, those who are a slave to their emotions are going to live a life that they're not in control of. You know, almost all the decisions that we make in our life are due to our emotions. And if your emotions are all haywire, you're going to make a lot of decisions that you later regret. And that's why a lot of people go back to bad relationships, toxic people that they know aren't good for them, but in the moment their emotions are telling them, hey, you know what, I'll get some temporary feel-good emotions. It's why people end up at the bar every day. It's why people don't go to the gym. It's why people make any poor decision is because of emotions. Their emotions tells them, hey, you know what, this is going to feel good. It's going to take you away from pain temporarily and make you feel good. So I will do some videos in the future showing about how I do these breathing exercises and how I battle cravings and things like that. But for right now, I highly encourage you guys to do some research on the Wim Hof, his method and everything. And I'll post a link below to the course for those who are interested in taking the Wim Hof method course. I highly recommend it. Very powerful stuff. Changed my life completely. And also post some other links in there, some things you can research about him. Truly phenomenal guy, someone who I consider now like a life mentor and someone that I look up to. So yeah, if you guys have gone through the Wim Hof method and and you have you practice it, share your results below. If it's helped you to break any kind of addiction of any kind, comment below and how it's helped you, so that way other people can see your testimony as well. If you have any questions or anything like that, comment below, and I'll definitely do a video in the future sharing about how I do these exercises and so forth. So so yeah, with that being said, guys, hope you have a great day, a great week, a great month, a great year. Let's make it a great life. See ya.